Hi, so let's try to do some self massage for our neck, shoulders, and head and face. So, first off, I recommend washing your hands. So, you may want to press pause and go wash your hands real well because we will be working on shoulders, neck, face, head, all around there. And so, we want to make sure hands are really clean. So, go do that. And now I'll assume you've washed your hands. So, first off, let's just take a nice deep breath. We can shut our eyes for a moment or maybe just take a downward gaze. And let's take a deep breath in and let it out. And again, in. And this time out through the nose. Once more in through the nose. And out through the nose. All right, you can let your eyes open and you probably already feel a little bit more relaxed. So, first off, take your hands and we'll just bring them to our shoulders. And you've probably done this a whole bunch of times before, so just give yourself a little bit of a shoulder massage here. Just give some little, you can use your pinchers, to do some pinching. You can also kind of pinch with the hand. So, I'll turn around here, let me swivel. And you can see from behind here, just work all along the shoulders. Just really get some kneading into there. You might even come all the way out to the sort of ends of the shoulders. It's a little bit bonier, but sometimes you can still feel some points of tension. And take some deep breaths as necessary. And as we go through this, if you feel like we moved a little bit too fast for you and you want to take a pause, then feel free and pause and then come back when you're ready. So when we feel like we've completed the shoulders, then come back to right at the base of the neck and then just start to kind of walk those fingers up the sides of the neck. And I'll turn to the side here so you can kind of see here. I'm just kind of going like this a little bit, just kind of giving that, kind of playing with the vertebrae a little bit. You can even like tip your head from side to side a little bit. So just add a little wiggle, add a little press. And I'll turn around from the side because you can come around to the side, to either side of the spine. And then just work all the way up and down. You can take your fingers, interlace those fingers, and take the heels of your palm and sort of squeeze in between, squeeze sort of either side of the spine, kind of pulling out a little bit. And then you could even take those thumbs and starting at the base of the neck, right on either side of the spine, just sort of squeeze or alternate presses. Find what feels right for you and play around that way. And when you feel like that's good, come on up to the base of the skull and right about under the ears you can start, and if you put your thumbs right there at the base of the skull and if it feels okay to do a little tipping back, you can feel that sort of delineation of the skull and the neck, and you'll have those muscles in there that you really, they feel really tender. There's lots of little tiny crisscrossy muscles that are constantly supporting the head, and I bet we're doing a lot of looking down at our books, tablets, phones, etc. So you'll really want to either sink your thumbs in there if that feels okay, or you can also use your fingertips and just do a little pressing around, maybe tilting the head from side to side, again, finding what feels right for you. And you can just do a little bit at a time. You can always come back to this later. So let's see. So that was the suboccipital area, some of those really juicy spots. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my glasses off. You'll find they'll get in the way a little bit later. But so let's come to the top of the head, and taking your fingers, start to just imagine You know, if you're shampooing your hair, you're moving your fingers and stuff around a lot in your hair. But in this case, we're going to just sort of sink our fingers and then move the skin instead. So it's going to be sort of like this as opposed to this. So sinking the fingers in, moving them so just the skin moves and the muscles move as opposed to just a superficial. Now, if you like that superficial kind of a thing, then go for it. I mean, that might actually be a good way to really wake things up, to kind of give yourself that sort of a, you know, a little bit of a dry shampoo. That'd be really good to maybe start things off. But I know I don't necessarily like the sound of that. For some reason, the sound of my hair moving on my skin doesn't feel good to me. So I kind of do like that. Yeah, might even move my hair out of the way so I get as deep as I can towards the scalp, and then just sort of make some little circles, and then move to a slightly different area, make some circles. And again, take some deep breaths as you're here. You can close your eyes. And when you get to this area around the temples, still usually within the hairline, you'll start to feel that this is a little bit more tender. And indeed, if you keep your fingers here and you clench your teeth together, kind of make that bite, you'll feel those muscles work. So those are some areas that get stressed when we clench our teeth, clench our jaws. So I have my elbows out a lot. You can also bring them down so you're not stressing the shoulders quite as much. So just make those little small bits of pressure and then the circles all around the scalp. Just kind of, I sometimes like to call it moving the thinking cap around a little bit. Sometimes it feels like it gets a little bit stuck. Just move all around there. You might find some places that surprise you. You can come to find your part, you know, and just put your fingers in the part and then move the part back and forth, side to side a little bit. Just have some fun with it. Find, again, what feels good. Certain places might be more tender. At other times, they're not. So keep doing that. And then when you feel like that's complete, come around to your forehead, and we're again going to make that same kind of movement. So we'll put the pads of the fingertips. So it's not necessarily so much this way as it is this way. So put those fingertips there, and then now we're just going to squish. My bangs are going to get in the way of you seeing this, but we're just going to squish. So you might press them together, pull them apart. It might actually feel good even to put your fingertips in the middle of your forehead and then just peel apart. Okay, maybe peeling isn't what we want to think about, but just letting them glide away. You don't have to use any lotion because usually our faces have enough kind of natural oil on them. So you could kind of glide and then come around and do some circles, or just maybe do some circles all over. I highly recommend coming to the eyebrows, and with your thumb and forefinger, just bring those eyebrows in between and just start to do some little pinches as you move out towards the outside of the eyes. A lot of tension gets built up here. This can feel really good. You can also come back to the center of the eyebrows and then sort of wiggle your way with your fingertips down your nose. You'll find these areas that just feel tight. If you've already got a headache, these might feel even more tender. So, just be careful. Don't overdo things. Come down around, I'll come up closer here. Come down and around to under the cheekbones in this sinus area. Just explore. You've got so much face here that you don't really ever think about, but there's lots of muscles in here because we could be super expressive. And so we've got all these muscles that control that, and lots of little muscles that can get tired and tense. So come down around. You can come down under the nose, give that top lip area a massage. Come down in front of the ears, and you'll feel, if you open your jaw, you'll feel that little hinge right there. And so, hey, you might even need to yawn, and that's going to be a really good stretch, and it's going to bring a lot of needed relaxation to the area. You'll also notice if you happen to do this in front of a mirror, as you can see the blood starting to come to the surface. So it's like we're giving ourselves a little bit of a a little bit of a natural facelift because we're really plumping things up a little bit. Don't quote me on this, but it's a good thing. So just start to come down in front of the ear, working on that jaw. Might even go a little bit from side to side. Yeah, you might yawn. That's okay. Come on down, come over to one side of the jaw, and then if you've ever made a pie crust before, you know how you pinch the crust along the edges? So now just sort of pinch that pie crust gently, but just, you can come under, here's my jawbone here, and I've kind of come just underneath. So you can kind of just pinch that pie crust all the way around, and you'll probably be really surprised to find these little patches of tightness, tension. And so you might take a second, close your eyes, maybe sink in for a moment, take a breath, and then just keep exploring. Maybe sinking in up under the jaw again. Yawning as you need to. All right, and so then come up to your ears. And so if you've had a massage from me, you know that I love to give massage to ears. A lot of people never think about it, but they are also connected to muscles. If you can, it's like everything is connected to everything. And, some people can wiggle their own ears. So, but sometimes it just feels really good if you just kind of pull your ears out to the side, just give them a little wiggle. Again, if this doesn't feel good, then don't do it. You can kind of put the fingers right in there and then pull down. You could pull the earlobes a little bit if that feels okay. And then come up to the top and pull up. And then you can just decide what grip feels good for you, and then just give them ear circles. And breathe as you do this, and just have fun with it. You can also massage all around. I'm not really up on ear reflexology, but that is a thing. And if you look at an ear, it often looks a little bit like the fetus, kind of curled up. And so I think they say that it's the fetus upside down. So I think that it's the head down here, and then the spine, and then it goes up here, and then this would be like the base of the tailbone, etc. So this can be a really good thing to just kind of pull on the ears. It might be really helpful if you've got a headache, if you've got some neck aches, just give yourself a little ear pull. And then let that go, and I'm going to put my glasses back on. And so let's just come down again, just do a little bit more neck wiggles and a little massage coming down to the tops of the shoulders. And then let that go. Put your hands on the tops of your thighs, and then just give your shoulders a little bit of a roll out. You can do both at the same time, or you can do kind of like a kayak paddle, go either side, and then go the other way. You can do like this or like this. Just give them a little bit of a shake out. Let's take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Take your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale to center. And then exhale, just let your chin come down towards your chest. And take a few breaths here as you feel that stretch through the back of the neck. Maybe adding a little bit of a slight movement from side to side, if that feels okay. And then on your next inhale, come back up. And again, let your eyes close gently for a moment. And let's take a deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. Let your eyes open, and hopefully you feel a little bit more relaxed than you did earlier. Have a great day.